First, this evening, former National Security Minister Peter Bunting is defending himself in the wake of mounting calls for him to step away from the Senate. Last week, an Integrity Commission report revealed that Mr. Bunting and another former National Security Minister, Robert Montague, granted gun licenses to people with criminal traces after they were initially turned down by the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA. Mr. Bunting was a guest on Radio Jamaica's Beyond the Headlines with Dion Jackson Miller a short while ago. Vashon Brown has the details.
Robert Montague resigned as a minister without portfolio in the wake of the Integrity Commission report, and since then there have been calls for Peter Bunting to also step aside.
Would it be correct to say this is not something you plan to do?
No, absolutely not.
Has the leader of the opposition asked?
Sorry?
Or has there been a conversation with the leader of the opposition?
He made his own statement or gave an interview to the media in which he addressed that.
In an interview with the Gleaner, opposition leader Mark Golding pushed back at critics who have called for Mr. Bunting's resignation from the Senate and as shadow spokesman on national security. In a statement last week, Mr. Bunting shed light on the 2 firearm application appeals which occurred while he was National Security Minister. He said one case involved a person who had been charged 10 years earlier with cocaine-related offenses while they were a student in Florida and whose record was subsequently expunged.
Isn't it true, though, that when you're dealing with certain very sensitive areas, very sensitive sectors, very sensitive organizations, they do not operate solely on the basis of charges, convictions, and documentation of that sort? Wider investigations that throw up red flags will also be taken into account, isn't that true? Such as, for instance, a sector you're familiar with in the financial sector.
Yes, it depends on what the particular statute allows. But what I'm saying, in this case, these facts were considered by an eminently qualified review board. As I said, a judge of the Court of Appeal, a judge of the Supreme Court, and a leading Queen's Counsel. These persons would be well seized of all the circumstances and facts and law related to the case.
The Integrity Commission report stated that a National Intelligence Bureau NIB report dated April 12, 2010 revealed that one of the applicants molested a little girl who is related to his wife. However, the matter was not reported to the police and therefore no action was taken against the applicant.
Is there a concern about reports coming from the NIB?
No, the NIB will be told, the NIB investigators are in the course of their data collection, intelligence collection. Allegations will be made by informants or just persons who may be genuine or in some cases may have malicious intent. That piece of data, in order for it to become reliable intelligence, has to be corroborated, has to be examined. And if it was going to be brought to court as evidence, then would obviously have to be tested in a much more rigorous way.
Vashon Brown, TVJ News.